My name is Mary Jane Vergara, Social Studies 3B. Let's proceed with Principle of Questionary and Structure. Why it is all about constructing questionary? It is because questionary is the most common research instrument. Remember that the goal of questionary is to tap into that understanding the opinions of your participants about variables related to your research objectives. As you construct your questionary, you must constantly ask yourself if your questions will be provide clear data about what your participants think or feel. The first one of questionary are: make sure that questionary item match your research objectives. You must always determine why you ended that conduct your research study before you can write a questionary. Of course, dapat ang sa aton nga questionary match ina sa aton nga objectives para mabalaan gid naton ang question nga nakasuit sa aton nga objectives. And the second is questionary R. Understand your research participants. Remember that it is they, not you, what will be filling out the questionary, as well ever important strategy when you write questionary to develop an empathic understanding or an ability to think like your opportunity research participant. Of course, dapat i-understand tagid sa aton nga mga response ang aton nga pag-ubra sang research sa aton nga question para maintindihan gid nila magmaansira nila ang aton nga question. And the third, your use natural and familiar language. Of course, dapat mabutang kita sang mga familiar nga mga language to sa aton nga question kay para dali nila ma-answeran. You should as language that is understandable to the people who are going to fill out your questionary. Try to avoid the use of jargon or technical terms. Of course, dapat hindi ta magbutang sa mga words nga mga madalom kung para hindi mabudlayan ang aton answer sa aton nga question. And the fourth, write items that are clear, precise, and relatively short. Each item on your questionary should be understandable to you, the researcher, and to the participant, the people filling out the questionary, because each item is measuring something that is important for into the be clear and precise. Of course, dapat precise ka, clear gid aton nga mga question para ma-answeran gid nila ang aton nga question sa aton nga respondents. And the next is, do not use leading or loaded questions. The first, do not agree, leads a participant, and more neutral wording, or this question would be asked follows. Do you believe teachers' salary are lower than they should be, higher than they should be, or at the right almost? Teacher salary are almost lower than should be. The teacher salary is higher than they should be. And the third, teacher salary are the right amount. And the fourth, do not know open. And number 6, avoid double-barreled question. A double-barreled questions combines two or more issues or attitudes, objectives in a single item. Example sina, do you think the teacher should have more contact with parents and school administration? As you can see, a single item has about two different issues that question is real asking. Nang i-phrase naging pamangkot, do you think the teacher should have more contact with parents? In iya second the question. Do you think the teacher should have more contact with school administrator? Na dira gaka confuse ang aton nga mga respondents or aton nga answer sa aton nga question kay ga-double sa hindi nila maintindihan kung hindi nila nga ansiran. And number 7, avoid double negatives. Double negative is a sentence construction that includes two negatives. Example, teacher should not be able to following things. Shrunk children, yes or no. Impel children for school, yes or no. If you must use a negative item, you should underline the negative words or words that to catch up the participant attention. Of course, dapat kung maghatag kita sa mga negative, double negative question, dapat butangan natin sa underline ang iya nga mga question para makaintindihan gid sa mga respondents ang aton nga question kag makatch up sa ilang nga mind nga minagali itsakto nga mga words. And in example, pag sina another example, to determine someone marital status, you could use the question, what is current marital status? And leave sufficient space for participant to write in their answer. In this case, that question should be open-ended because the participant should have to provide answer in their own words. On the other hand, you could use a close-ended question to determine someone material status like this. What is your current material status? Single, married, separated, divorced? Yun na siya ang mga pililian. And next, questionnaire can be classified the type of questions that are used. Hindi siya ang mga ginayos sa aton nga sa aton nga questionnaire. The first is qualitative questions or questionnaire. A questionnaire based on open-ended, the items and typical used to exploratory on qualitative research. Gina-explore inadiri ang sa qualitative. And the second, quantitative questions or questionnaire. As questionnaire based on close-ended items and typical use in confirmatory or qualitative research. Diri naman niya sa qualitative research, ga-confirm ina siya diri kung babaga kung ga-confirm sa aton mga question. And next, third, mixed questionnaire. A questionnaire that includes a mixtures or open-ended or close-ended items. And number 9, use mutual, exclusive, and hexactive respond categories and close-ended question. Categories are mutual, exclusive when it is not overlapped. Ang sa exclusive naman niya, dapat hindi mag-overlap ang aton nga questionnaire or aton nga question. And a set of respondents categorized and exhaustive when there is categories and available for all limited respondents. Ang sa exhaustive naman niya, sa ang mga limitado lang aton nga mga questionnaire. Example, sina, the following response categories of example a question about the participant age are not mutual exclusive. 10 or less, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, or 80 or greater. Do you see the problem with these response categories? And the problem is that they overlap. Example, a person who is 20 years old could not replace into categories. In fact, person aged 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80 can all be replaced into more than one category. The following set of response categories is mutual, inclusive, and acceptive. Which of the following categories includes the current age? Number 1, less than 18, 18 to 29, 30 to 39, 40 to 49, 50 to 59, 60 to 69, 70 to 79, 80 to older. And number 10, consider the different type of respondents categories available for close-ended questionnaire items. There are several popular types of close-ended response categories by explaining the ideas of rating skills, ranking skills, semantic, differential, and checklist. Yan naman siya ang mga close-ended. The first one is rating skills. 12 for respondents close. Numerical rating skills. Rating skills that includes a set of number with a crowd in ended point. Encourage write this descriptor and point of rating skills. Example sina, my principal is an effective learner. Iya pililian, strongly disagree, neutral, agree, kag, strongly agree. Sa ranking naman niya, the ordering and response is ascending or descending order. Place rank the importance of the following qualities in a school. Principal. Fill your rank order or space provided using number 1 to 5 with indicating most important to 5 indicating the less important. A principal who is censored. Ang second, a principal who gets resort for that school. Third, a principal who is advocate the teacher needs. And the fourth, a principal who is a strong discrimination. And the fifth, a principal who is a good motivator. And number semantic differential. As Scarlett's teachings is a participant, rate answers of objectives or concepts. Please rate your school principal on each of the following descriptive skills. Please a check mark on one of the blanks between each pair of words that best indicates how you feel. Gari naman niya, i-ano mo naman yung mga principal kung ano na siya. Your school principal. Scarable, unscarable, kind, new, successful, unsuccessful, wise, foolish, serves, length, active, passive, authoritarian, democrat. Pililian na siya kung ano ang principal. Next is checklist. A list of response categories that respondents check if appropriate. Whether do you information about the most recent advance in teaching. Please check all categories to apply to you. Of other teacher, professor, principal, parents, superintendent. Yun na siya mga example ng checklist. And number 11 in principal question. Use multiple items to measure abstract construction. Multiple items decide to measure a single construct as used on increased that reliability and ability to measure. Perhaps the most used pursued for the measurement of abstracting the construct is semantic rating skills, also called Likert skill. Yun naman siya. And number 12, consider using multiple methods when measuring abstract construction. If you one method of measurement for all variables. Your variables and correlates simple because you used some measurement procedure. This point, the more methods and researcher uses to measures that relevant concept to constructions, to more confident you can place in that researchers ability to tap into characteristics of the concept rather than the method. Ang sa number 12 naman kuno, ginaano na siya da ang measurement sa aton nga construction. And number 13, use caution if you reversed that wording in some of the items and prevents response sets of multi-item skills. The first, response set. The tendency to respond a specific direction and regardless of content. And number 2, a competency response set. The tendency either to agree or disagree. And number 3, social desirability response set. The tendency to provide answers that are socially desirable. And 4, once teaching using to help prevent respondents set, especially that frequency response set is the relevant to wording and scoring in some of item. This teaching intended to encourage participants to read each item the questionnaire and more carefully. Of course, dapat ang number 13, dapat gidyan natin i-use ang mga responses set kay para anugid ang aton nga mga question. And number 14, develop a questionnaire that is properly organized and easy for the participant to use. Of course, dapat i-develop tagid ang aton question nga properly gid siya nga pag-ubra, pag-organize kay para maintindihan sa aton nga respondents kag ang answer sa aton nga question. Checklist or questionnaire construction. Number 1, follow that 15 principles and construction discussed here. Number 2, remember that appearance mattered. And number 3, use a title. Use a short question possible. And number 5, carefully consider the placement of each question and set related question. And number 6, number of items consistently from the beginning to the end. And number 7, use font for white space. 8, use erasable font size. And number 9, consider the different font size, but remember, but less is more. And number 10, use lead in for the new length section or orient and guide to user. Number 11, provide clean instruction. Number 12, direct to user it's likely used to go the questionnaire. And 13, list respond categories to close-ended items vertical rather than horizontal. Rating skills and a possible expansion. Number 14, used maxi formulating for item using some rating skills. Number 15, avoid multiple response question. Number 16, include some open-ended question. And number 17, do not use lines with open-ended question. And number 18, do not break your question. And number 19, include page number. Number 20, use closing. And lastly, always palette test your question. It is cardinal rule in the research that you must try out or palette test your questionnaire to determine whether it is operates properly or before using it item research study. Of course, dapat i-test agad ang aton nga questionnaire kay kung ina siya insakto kag or sala para maliwata ang insakto. And that's all my report. Thank you.